This is in response to Dr. Paul Krugman's article in the New York Times on Monday, February 29th, leap year 2016, Planet on the Ballot. And basically he's talking about the fact that whoever is going to be the Republican nominee is not going to be in favor of any type of environmental regulations in any way and will campaign actively against it, which is a far cry even from 8 years ago when McCain was on board for cap and trade. And cap and trade basically was that industry would find their own way. They would sell offsets to each other, and in the process, their carbon footprint would go down. So they would use their own innovations. So there was cap and trade, and there's also the idea of a carbon tax, but there's absolutely no way that any of that will ever be brought in as long as the House is running what's going on. So the change has to come from the executive level of the presidency. And of course, change is happening right now. Change is happening so fast in terms of the decrease in the costs of solar energy, of wind energy, of geothermal energy, of tidal energy, and of the incredible progress that we're making in storage technology in terms of battery storage life. That miracle is happening right now. And the one thing that we know, as an example, we know that solar energy right now, that industry is employing more people than the coal industry. So this coal is king type of thing, we can throw it out the window. So we don't really need to have any type of tax relief for, tax relief's a bad word, but any type of tax breaks to fossil fuel companies. And we should continue any tax breaks to the renewable industry. Now, the thing about this election is, as I said, no Republican president is going to be going for any type of additional restrictions on the coal or industry, the fossil fuel industry. We will want to continue to give tax breaks to them. We'll not want to give tax breaks to the renewable industry, the renewable industries, so to speak. But a Democratic president would do that. And we've seen Obama do that through the APA, through the Clean Power Plan. And of course, we can do this in a whole host of ways. Carbon tax, cap and trade, and the fact that most industries want this type of regulation so there can be some order and some balance as to how all of them are going to reduce their carbon footprint so that industries won't be, let's just say, prejudiced against, so to speak. And of course, we have the Paris talks, the Paris agreements that came out earlier this year. Any Republican president would not want to go through anything like that. Now, of course, we are seeing more and more that our carbon footprint, our destruction of fossil fuels is accelerating global climate change. We're all seeing that, more and more people. And this charade that the Republicans have been putting on, with the help of those fossil fuel industries, because we've now seeing evidence, and I believe New York is investigating Exxon Mobil in reference to this, that they knew in the early 70s definitively that global climate change was on the way. And on the outside, they were denying it completely. But on the inside, they were preparing it in such a way that they could make even more profits while they were getting tax breaks, etc. So we've known about this for a long time. Even Ronald Reagan was for tax, was in agreement that we needed to address global climate change. We have the Paris agreements right now, and the scary thing that's going on is that we need a president that will accelerate our push for renewables, to put the United States at the top of the renewable industries throughout the world. But it will only come with a Democratic president. It will not come with the Republican president. And again, that's signing on to Paris, to be able to use the Clean Power Plan through the EPA, vital, because we know that the House will not do anything. And the other thing that I know is that if we lead, the world will follow. And of course, you can just take a look at what the air pollution is like in Beijing. And that stuff is drifting over to us all the time because we're in an interconnected world. So we need, and they're making astronomical progress towards renewables and towards energy efficiencies. But we need to be the leader because, again, if we lead, if the United States leads, the world will follow, but only with a Democratic president.